You know, I love watching brew days. I like watching paint dry and grass grow. It's all about the same caliber. Pounds of 2-row malt. And then we're gonna do 1 pound of acidulated malt. So I'm milling 21 pounds of 2-row. So instead of him dumping the grains into the hot water and creating all the dough balls that I had to create, he adds the water, the bash water, from the bottom up. How cool is that? I think the most awkward part about mashing in is holding that big bulky container of grain and trying to dump it in at the same time as you're stirring. I mean, I'm gonna be doing that, but I like the bottom up method a little bit better. Oh, there it is.
We're both gonna be mashing it at the same time unless you want me to wait until you're done.
No, not at all. It'll be fun. No, go ahead and mash it in whenever you're ready.
Are you using BrewFriend? You got your brewer software, or are you just gonna work off mine? Or
I'm working off of yours, because I looked at it, and it's pretty much comparable. The only thing I gotta do differently is I forgot my rack that I need to put here when I pull the grains out. That's what I use. Yeah, right now I'm putting in that 21 pounds of 2-row and that 1 pound of acidulated malt. I got the temperature up to 165, and then by the time I add the grains and get done stirring it in, it'll drop back down to like the 150s. But since I'm making a 10-gallon batch, I think what I'm gonna do is one of the corny cake fermenters that I'm gonna use, I'll probably end up conditioning it on like limes on one of the tanks. That'd be kind of fun. Make a lime lager. It should make a meme that, hey babe, I'm making dinner. This is the type of cooking I like. So this will mash for 90 minutes. No, I'm sorry, this will mash for 60 minutes. And then I'll pull the grain bag out. But I am at the max capacity for this pot. It's gonna be close.
You might end up having to drop a little bit of water.
Yeah, which will be fine. I could drop a gallon of water into my
So do you
pitcher.
recirc and turn your burner on
Not
if
at
you
all.
need to?
Well, I will turn the burner on a little bit if I really drop significantly. But it's so nice in here that this won't drop much at all. I'm always surprised at how just this, it's not insulated, I don't wrap it with a sleeping bag or anything. It seems to hold the temperature pretty well. All right, the mash is done. We're gonna pull my bag and then start the boil. And then Cort is also going to be pumping his mash, the wort, into his boil kettle, which he's looking at right now.
Maybe.
This is a specialty brewing equipment. It's called an oven rack. Oven rack. Oh, that looks good. That looks nice. Who's ready for some 2-row mill? That is lovely. All right, this is the most fun part of all brew in the bag brewing, and that is trying not to make the biggest mess ever when I pull the bag. It's not even that heavy. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna lift it up, let it drain a little bit, and then put the oven rack right over this. So usually I do 5-gallon batches, so it's half the size. So this is the first time I've done a 10-gallon batch in this bag.
Don't break your back.
Oh no.
Good luck with that.
Thanks.
Here,
I want to get my workout in.
I'm going to sit back here and watch. That's good. Keep going a little
Yep,
more.
do my
That's
shoulders,
good. Keep going.
shoulders, arms. Do like 10 reps at a time. Oh, you missed it, Mindy.
What do you mean? I'm filming.
You got that? That was an amazing feat of strength. And I know they tell you not to squeeze the grains because of the tannins, but it's never bothered my beers squeezing. Oh yeah, that's a good mash. Cool. That was a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. So now we'll let the wort drain back into the pot, and then we'll take the grains and we'll take them over to Brittany. She can feed her goats and her pigs. With one hand. Drain it, squeeze it.
Well, you just lifted a 10-gallon batch
Done.
with one hand.
Yeah, that was a little bit more effort though. Swap it. I thought it was going to be a two-hand job and I was going to need somebody to put the rack on there, but it actually worked out pretty good. All right, I think we're done here. So now I'm running, I'll be running a total of 14 gallons, and then a bunch of that water went out with the grain. So I used my whole full volume, 14 gallons.
So what do you think your pre-boil volume is there?
Oh, shoot.
12?
Yeah, it's got to be about 12.
Because my pre-boil volume is going to be 12.76, almost 13 gallons.
Yeah, I'd have to, do a weight measurement to really get an accurate level, but yeah, I'm estimating about 12 gallons. Look at that wort. Is that not the most beautiful thing ever? Wow, I am right on the dot, 10:55. The pre-boil is supposed to be like 10:44, right? For this one, the pre-boil. So I'm 10:55. That's interesting. That's full volume of water, so the water's not affecting it at all. Interesting.
So you're either going to make a stronger beer or you can dilute it a little bit. Do one in the glass and check it with the hydrometer.
Yeah, just to double check.
Yeah.
All right, let's see if it matches. Yeah, I'm getting.
Okay, I'll shoot 2 out of 3.
Yeah, 2 out of 3. So I'm getting exactly 1040 on this guy. $10.40 exactly. So I'm 4 points under.
You still high on that?
Yeah, so both of them are 1040. You don't. So I'm gonna. So 1040, 1040. So I'm gonna adjust this down to 1040 with my sample. All right, so 1040 on this one. So now all three match. All right, well that makes more sense because I was like 1055. What? I'm at full volume. Like, I mean, not much more I could dilute. I'm still gonna boil down.
Uh-huh.
This tells me what the gravity pre-boil is.
That little device.
Refractometer, and then this one is a hydrometer. This would be all the way down at the bottom if it was just pure water. And then as I boil the grains, the amount of sugar that comes out of the grains will make this bob up and down. The more sugar, the higher it'll bob up, and the less sugar, it'll go down. So it starts out at 1.000, and then the amount of sugar I have right now is 1.040 as a pre-boil, and then it'll change because I'll boil off a lot of the water, and so it'll be concentrated and it'll have a higher gravity at the very end.
And our goal is 1.44, right?
Yeah.
So we're pretty damn close.
Yeah, I'm very close. And did you do yours?
I haven't yet because
Okay.
I don't have my full volume yet.
Oh, gotcha.
I'm still sparging.
Gotcha. Okay, that makes so much more sense. 1.040 is so much better than 1.055. It's like, shoot, I need to add a lot of water. But now I don't have to add anything. I can just continue on with my boil.
Well, it was like, where did you get a super spike in efficiency like that?
Yeah, I was like, hey, surprise, I added a bunch of dextrose.
Done. Sparge is done. Now just drain off into the boil kettle.
Sweet. So you're full volume or pretty close?
No, but I have my full volume of sparge water
Gotcha.
in there. So I flow just above my grain bed, so now it'll just drain that down through my grain bed and finish my
Awesome.
volume in there.
All right, well, I am going to start my boil.
Boil time 90 minutes.
90 minutes, okay, cool. So we don't add, on this batch, we're not gonna add the Magnum at 90, we're gonna add it at 60. Okay, cool, so 30 minutes I'll add it, and then the last 30 minutes I'll add, you're doing
There
saaz.
was a reason why
I'm doing
years ago
citra.
I changed to a 90-minute boil instead of a 60, and I can't remember what the reason is now, but it made, and it was when I was doing my misdemeanor, it made a big difference.
I'm down, I'm okay with a 90-minute boil. And you're using saaz at 30, and I'm using citra, and that's the only change in the variable we're gonna have, right? We're Magnum bittering, your saaz for flavor, I'm
Your
citra for flavor. That's gonna be fun. Yeah, I didn't want to alter it too much because I want to see how consistent they are and how they compare.
Yeah, me too. Oh yeah, I keep forgetting that I have this sprayer handle.
All right, now comes the best part of all brewing, and that is the boil starting, and then I get to clean the kegs. Yes. The best. I gotta clean my my chiller and my kegs because I'm gonna ferment in those 3 kegs.
That love for cleaning doesn't transfer over to
Oh, because it's a hobby. It's a hobby. You don't wanna make your hobbies work. At 30 minutes I'll add the Magnum. At 60 minutes I'll add the citra, and then we'll be done in 90 minutes. And then I get to add it to the fermenter. He's gonna brew his batch, and I'm brewing my batch the exact same way except for one change in the hops. That's all that we're changing in each batch. And then we'll have people over and do a taste comparison. That'll be fun. And like my sister would say, oh, yay, it's all gonna taste like beer. I took her to a brewery tour in Vietnam, and she was less than enthusiastic because she was like, guys, I know you're so excited about the Schwartz beer and the wheat beer and the lager. And she's like, but it all just tastes like beer. I was like, yeah, but this one tastes like wheat, and this one tastes like barley, and this one, and she's like,
and pick out all the flavors.
and she's like, it's the same thing, guys.
Of a
It's the
gallon
same
left
thing.
to go.
I told you that was the worst day of my life. Yeah, so look at this.
Boom, boom, boom. Here.
Warts in.
Woohoo!
They have laser cut instead of
So smart in the mesh.
for the money, the stuff that you get from stainless steel brew tech, and then it's got silicone ends that go over that are adjustable.
Oh,
so like
nice.
you can open it up to
Dude,
go
that's
over your
really
pot
cool.
or slow it down. Especially going from different brew systems and stuff, you can adjust it.
Yeah, I just have a hard time with the hop spiders, especially when they get really narrow at the end. Such a pain in the butt to clean. Perfect. So that will help reduce the foam as you boil.
It's just a food grade flavorless silicone, so it just breaks the surface tension. So
Yes.
where are you at for temp?
I'm hitting only almost 170, 165 so far.
Okay,
How are you at?
190.
Oh, nice. Once I get to 180, close to 200, I'll definitely start turning it down.
Well, I can turn mine down a little bit because if we're going off the same timer, we want to start boiling close
Okay.
to the same amount of time, right?
Yeah.
So let me know
So
when you get about one.
Yeah, we're at 170 right now.
190, 195, and then
Okay.
I'll turn mine back up.
Okay.
Time to test my pre-boil
Oh, okay, gotcha.
because I'm at full volume now. So you were 1040, right?
1040 on the dot.
I'm at 1035.
Oh, interesting. I wonder, should we do the hydrometer? Just to double check that my calibration was correct?
If that's the case, and then I've got 13 gallons of water, so I'm a quart over what my recipe calls for because it calls for 12.75,
Okay.
and I put 13 in.
So, yeah, and I'm at 12, estimation anyway.
I hope that's tempered.
Oh, yeah. We're about to find out. So he just pulled the wort off off of the boil kettle, but it has to cool down to like room temperature in order to get a good calibration. So we're both going to be at room temperature when we take our calibration or our measurement. Where with the refractometer, it's such a small amount of wort on that sight hole that you don't really need to worry about it because it cools down so fast. This little stainless steel bowl he has is the ultimate multi-use tool for brewing. So that water's cold too. With the groundwater is what, 52 degrees maybe?
When we did it last time, it was at 40.
Oh, 40 degrees.
But it was colder outside
My
too.
hands were a little chilly cleaning. All right, we're about 190.
Okay, I'm setting at 194.
Okay. I try to manage it with just the temperature, but sometimes when the boil over happens, it happens quick. And it's a huge mess. And I like cleaning, but I don't like cleaning boilovers. All right, so I always keep a keg of Star Sands cleaner, and then I just transfer it. But this time I think I've had this one for quite a while. I know it doesn't go bad, but I'm gonna transfer, and then dump. It's a Star Sands, so it's gonna bubble. And it's gonna create a lot of foam, but it doesn't matter, the foam's good. In fact, if the whole entire keg fermenter is full of foam, it doesn't matter, I'll still add my wort to it. Oh, let me
Okay, you verify.
Oh, I'm seeing 1040
I'm seeing 1040 on the button.
on the dot.
So, brew in a bag versus this, we hit exactly the same gravity.
And you have estimated probably a quart of water more than I do, which is cool. That's cool. So you're probably a little bit more efficient, which would make sense with the sparging.
So there's not really a measurable difference.
No, that's cool.
It's not like one's better than the other.
Yeah, 1040. And our goal is 1044, so close.
No, now this says 1030.
1030? So I'm off it. Holy cow. I wonder what the difference is between the two when I calibrated it. Yeah, you're right, 1030.
I don't know, but I'm not being real happy with that. It's been...
I'm just gonna run the other hydrometer just triple, quadruple check. Dude, you're at 1040 on the dot. Okay, so both of these say 1040.
Okay, so I just adjusted this up to 1040.
Okay. That is so weird. I wonder what is causing the change in the calibration. Because it can't be a heat thing because it's all room temperature.
Even if we're 5 or 10 degrees off, it shouldn't move at 10 points. It should
No,
move
it
at
should be 10 points.
3 or 4 points.
Yeah. Yeah,
There
I'm at 200, so we're at boil.
Okay, I just hit a boil too, so.
All right, I'm gonna start my timer. Oh, it smells so good. And we're gonna ferment this at 52 degrees?
I think I got 56.
56? Okay, 56. Okay, 56.
Do I have 56 or 52? So my pre-boil gravity was 1040. You're not interested in the process at all though, are you?
She's like, man, might be the last time I sit out here and watch a brew day. You know, I love watching brew days. I like watching paint dry and grass grow. It's all about the same caliber. Yeah, it's all the same. Yeah, it's the forget kettlebells. I'm all about the keg. So I'm just transferring Star Sands to Star Sands, shaking it up in the keg to help clean it, and then when I add boiling wort, it'll be another way of more sanitizing than cleaning, of course. Look at all that foam. Woohoo! And then that'll go to Brittany.
I got more coming.
Oh, nice.
That's just the first bucket.
That's the first batch. Nice. Brittany's gonna have some very happy animals. So this is the magnum hops he's adding for bittering. And you gotta kind of add it kind of carefully because if you add it too fast, it could do a boil over.
Okay, there it is, 1.5 ounces.
I really like this this hop splitter here. All right, this one's also Magnum. Oh, it smells so good. You can already smell the hops. In 30 more minutes, I'll add my citra, and Cort's gonna add his saaz. That is a beautiful boil. It's boiling hard too, so the harder it boils, it's gonna boil off more water. So now I'm gonna add my last 2 ounces of citra to the final 15 minutes of the boil. I use the hop bag because otherwise I just have a huge mess to clean up afterwards. The citra, or the hops, the pellet hops, create a huge like sludge. There we go, the last hops of the boil. I actually might have boiled off quite a bit more than I'm thinking I did. The boiled wort will come out and into that plate chiller down there, and he'll be running cold water through the plate chiller at the same time. So it will cool down the wort, and the wort will go back into his boil kettle until it gets down to the temperature that he wants to add the yeast to.
And we're going to cool the wort down to about 185.
Okay.
So I don't bitter that last hop addition.
Oh, okay.
Except I forgot to hook my thermometer up.
Ooh, look at that, steaming. So the water going in, I think, is like in the 50s. I mean, last time we were here, it was like in the 40s.
Are you boiling your last
Oh, it
addition?
flamed off. I mean, it flamed off. Thanks. There we go. Yes, I was. Yes, I was.
That was all part of the plan, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, totally. I actually thought I turned off the heat. I'm gonna be taking pictures of boiled wort, placing them into my fermenter, and that'll have the boiled wort will help sanitize it. Later, once it cools down, I'll add the yeast. And I really want to know exactly how much water I boiled off of 14 gallons. I'm gonna guess I boiled off 4 gallons, but we'll know here shortly. So right now I'm aerating the wort, and because it's so hot, it's 180 degrees right now, I'm gonna be helping sanitize my keg. This is the only time you want to add oxygen to the wort. After this, it'll oxidize. But the oxygen, a little bit of oxygen at first helps the yeast. Freezer with the Inkbird controller, it gets it to like 1 degree above or 1 degree below, but
That's fine.
yeah, I might hit 55 or 53 sometimes, but I'll try to keep it at 54.
Yeah. And I vary a degree back and forth with these two.
Yep. I'll just loosely put this on here. The heat will create pressure if I completely seal it. So once he gets his down to a certain temperature, he'll add it to his fermenter.
So that we measure them the same.
Oh.
That's about right for how much you boiled off.
Yeah. Wow.
What, 10.58?
Yeah. And we're going for 10.5, right? Yeah,
Oh,
a
you're
little
good.
a little high, 10.58. Whoops. Wow. 10.008 is what the final gravity is supposed to be. That's I don't think I've got too many down below like 10.20 or 10.1. We'll see if we can make that happen.
Our groundwater is a little warmer.
Yeah.
I'm only being able to get it down to 70, so I'll hook it up to glycol and finish chilling it. Look at the beer going in the side glass. So I'm going from 170 to 80, or to 60, 58. So feel the difference in the two hoses coming off the kettle to going into the fermenter.
Oh yeah. Night and day. Yeah, those chillers are way efficient. All right, this is the fourth
The
gallon. See if we can get a
Janet's
total of 8 gallons out of this thing. So it looks like I got 7.
7 2/3 of a gallon.
Uh-huh. Man, I
7
boiled off
1/3.
like almost 7 gallons of water. Yeah, it won't be my 10 gallons, but you know, it might be really good hoppy lager. $10.60. $10.58, $10.60.
Yep.
So at least it's right on. And this is a little hotter, so then that would be. So it's probably 10.58 like you said. Oh my gosh, that's so cool. Fermenter.
And how long does your taste test?
14 days. Or 14 months if we're using different yeast. Yeah, lagering traditionally, you lager cold for a long freaking time. Instead of having 10 gallons for my the party, I'll have 7.5 or 7 1/3 of a gallon.
Boom, glycol.
Did you already pitch your yeast or no?
No, so what did I say? We're going 54?
Oh, so it wants you to pitch it at 54?
Yeah, I'll pitch it at the same temperature it ferments at.
Oh, cool. Okay, I'm glad you said something because once I hit 70, I was probably gonna pitch. Bad idea. And then let it bring it down to 50.
Okay, glycol just kicked on.
The viewport down there. See the color? Look at that. So that's the color that it should be when he's all done. That's a good lager color. Are you doing 3 packets or 2 packets? 3? Cool. Very cool. So that'll keep track of the gravity. So for the whole fermentation, it's just going to keep telling and giving them feedback information. It's a very cool device. All right, now remind me the name of this yeast again. This is the Novalager.
Yeah, this is the Novalager.
Cool.
These guys will be happy.
Mm-hmm. So there's the magic. Oh, you need your your yeast beer.
My what?
Your celebratory yeast. We just added the yeast to the fermenter. That's a celebratory beer.
I still haven't had my getting done celebratory beer. I'm still, because I'm not quite done. We're getting there.
And you've already set it to your PSI what you want it to be.
I've got it to 0 right
Zero
now.
now.
When it
Okay.
starts fermenting, then I'll up it to about 5.
5 PSI. Okay.
1049 is what that says, and I calibrated it to water.
Okay, cool. There you go.
So
So 0.
that I pretty much trust. It was 0.9999 when in water.
Right.
So 1049, we're
Okay.
supposed to be at 1050.
That's
It
freaking
doesn't get any
awesome.
closer than
No,
that.
that's wonderful. Awesome. And we're done. Well, Cort, thanks for letting me come over for another brew day.
Dude,
It's freaking awesome.
thanks
Can't
for
wait to see the
coming over.
results.
It was awesome.
How was your brew play day?
It was a good brew day.
No, but it's a play day. How was your play day?
I don't know what you're talking about. It was work.